What is up, everybody? Jarrett from Empire Facets here, and today is April 20th. It was the release of MLB The Show 21 today, and also the release of the new Topps MLB NFT shit show, because that's what it ended up being. I have heard terrible things about the launch of the NFTs. I personally had a terrible experience. I was not able to buy any of the packs, even though I was online at both of the drop times, and it did not go very well, which is going to be one of the big downsides of collectibles. So today we are going to talk about it. I'd love to know if you guys got any of the packs or any of the cards from the Topps NFT, their first real NFT launch of a digital product. So let me know down in the comments, but let's jump right into it. So basically the cards were supposed to launch at noon my time today, so 12 p.m. Central, and I logged on, and as soon as there was like a countdown timer that hit 0, and then it was blank screens, there was no products to buy. So I went on Twitter, did a little reading, and it said that there was a heavy demand, so that they were going to be launching in at 12:30 instead. So I did get on at around 12:30, and the same thing happened to me. I was able to click on the pack, and then it took me to something, and it said there was some sort of error, which I was not able to figure out. And then by the time I looked at it, it was no longer available for sale. So definitely pretty disappointing. Like I said, this is going to be one of the big downsides of digital products, is just the fact that scalpers with bots are able to buy up all of the products almost instantaneously, similar to how concert tickets have become in the last couple of years, when there's not actually a physical product that you have to go to the store and buy, which does happen, but I think it's not quite the same, because it's not just a few individuals that are running computer programs to sort of game the system. So that was my experience. I wasn't able to buy any of the cards, and the packs, basically I think you can buy the lesser of the two packs that only has 6 cards for around, it looked like $20, so they went up 4x in value right away. And I think the $100 packs did about the same. I think I saw some for like 300, maybe 400, maybe a little cheaper than that. Obviously prices are going to change a lot. As far as what I think you should do, I would wait maybe a day or two to see if prices settle down a little bit. I would not buy any single cards right now for sure, because I think the market is really, really expensive on them. Topps Series 1 historically for baseball is not even that great of a set. Normally people want the update set, which is going to have all the rookies that were called up. So it's going to have a lot more of the heavy hitters in the set. So I don't even think Topps Series 1 baseball is the most desirable product. And the singles are really expensive. If you look at just a normal baseball card that you pull out of a pack, it's going to be worth cents. I'm not super up to date on baseball, but like I know that just like the majority of card games, a regular old card of a generic player is worth very, very little. And the cheapest card you can buy right now in there is like $5. Obviously, those prices are not going to sustain even with the minted number, because there's going to be Topps Series 2, there's going to be Update, there's going to be so many more sets with these same players that I just don't see these prices holding. As far as the sealed goes, it's interesting because I think you can see the amount of packs that have been opened and how many are left, which is something that I do really like about the NFTs, that it gives you the ability to do. If you go onto the secondary marketplace and you look through the cards and you click on them, it will tell you how many cards were produced, what mint number this card is. So say it's number 3 out of 1,300 made, but then it'll also tell you how many have actually been opened. So out of the 1,300, maybe 650 have been opened, and there's still X amount, it would be 650, that have been unopened. And I think this is a really neat concept, because I'm sure in the future you'd be able to look up like a 1 of 1 card and see if it's still sealed in packs or if it's open, and it really opens up a lot of potential possibilities for very complex expected value calculations and that kind of stuff. But even just from a collector's perspective, I've always wondered how many good cards are left in the sealed product that people will never get to see from sets from the 70s or the 80s or even the 2000s. how many of those cards are never going to get seen. And now that every card has so many parallels of the numbered stuff, out of those parallels, how many are really out there? It will definitely add some scarcity to the market, because there's going to be those people that will always hold the sealed, and those cards will never see the actual open market. So that's something that I really like about the digital cards. A couple other benefits that I want to touch on. I know a lot of people, digital cards, thumbs down, it sucks, never going to be for me, but there's definitely a couple advantages. One of them is the easy tradability. You don't have to pay shipping costs. You don't have to pay insurance on shipping costs on expensive cards. It's immediate, so that's really nice. Another thing is, as a collector, you don't have to pay any sort of cost to hold the card. You don't have to insure the card. You don't have to worry about a fire burning all of your cards. And then another thing is, you don't have to worry you don't have to worry about card damage. So there is no way to ding a corner. Every card is a PSA 10, which I think will be very interesting going forward, because grading cards will basically get phased out. And obviously I think it'll always be there because it'll always be physical cards. But in the digital world, grading means nothing, because every card is in mint condition. I definitely think that is an interesting dynamic to the market that will be very interesting to see play out. But that is basically all I have. Like I said, I wouldn't buy any singles of players right now. I definitely think they're going to fall. I think the card designs are okay. I know a lot of people were saying that they're awful. I think they're pretty neat. I think the ones with the moving background, like the one of ones and the really limited stuff, are pretty cool. I'm not such a big fan of the sort of moments like Top Shot. I personally just like the digital card better, but that's just my opinion. I think there is some really cool opportunities for the video clips or to do different things with these. They are also doing some sort of program where if you burn so many cards, so I think it's 5 or 6 cards, you take 5 or 6 cards, they're destroyed, and then it gives you an opportunity to get one card that is super rare, and then otherwise I'm sure you just get a variety of cards. But I think they're all really old vintage cards. Like if you burn the 5 cards, you're going to get a card from like 1952 that's sort of been like re-minted. So that's very interesting, and maybe that will keep the prices of those common cards that would normally be worth cents or basically worthless. It'll kind of keep those inflated because they sort of get a second life. So you open a pack and it's all garbage cards. You can ship off all of those cards and have another chance at getting a card that's worth some money. And obviously those cards are going to be more desirable, because how many people are going to want to burn up those cards? Burn up 6 cards to just get 1 card. So there's sort of an inherent scarcity to those cards. So that's really interesting too. I will probably keep a lookout. I'm not going to pay $20 for a pack. I was okay spending $5 on a pack. But there'll be lots more product launches. Hopefully they figure it out and it goes a little smoother, because I was definitely pretty disappointed in Topps. I think they really rushed this release to market with the news of their big buyout. I think they're just trying to get in the space, generate some crazy revenue numbers, because it costs very little to make these digital products, and you can sell them for, I think they sold 74,000 packs in like 60 minutes today. I didn't see it for 60 minutes. I definitely think it sold out almost instantaneously, but it looks really good on a balance sheet when you can show those kind of numbers, and I think they really rushed the product to market, and I think they did a very poor job, and I think they need to partner with a better company for the blockchain and the interface side of it. It's very clunky. You have to go to basically the Topps website, then you have to click on the Topps thing to go to the wallet. You have to sign in, then you have to go back to Topps to buy the pack, then you have to go back to the Wax website, which is where the wallet is, to open the cards, and then you also have to sell the cards on there. And another thing I saw brought up is somebody mentioned in a comment on Instagram or something where I saw that you can't cash out. So I'm not sure if this is true or not. If somebody could leave a comment or has any sort of insight on this, that would be awesome. But the only thing I have seen is that you sell the cards for wax, so then it has like $1 equivalent, so maybe you can cash that out. But that's definitely something to consider too, is if you do sell your cards and then you get this wax coin and then you have to pay fees to get your money actually out of that. And then obviously the value of the coin fluctuates so steeply. So maybe you sell a card for $1,000, and then a month later that $1,000 is only worth $800 or $600. Obviously it's a double-edged sword, because it could go up in value and you could get more for it. But just definitely did not think it was the smoothest that it could have been. And they're going to have to figure out something to get rid of the sort of botters that buy up all the product instantly, because it is just going to run the average person out of the market that basically can't compete with that. There seems like there's very little you can do. So hopefully they figure it out going forward. But that was my experience. I will say it again, leave a comment with what you experienced today with the Topps 2021 Series 1 baseball drop. I would love to hear any sort of comments about what your thoughts on the product. If you did get some packs, if you opened the packs, if you did burn the 6 cards, that's something I'll definitely look into doing. Otherwise, subscribe for more content about NFTs. Definitely a space I'm very excited about and will be covering more of in the future. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next video.